Welcome everyone! Today we're going to be discussing Conquergood and the Center of the Intelligible Mystery of Being by C.G. Fuston. In 2183, Jerome Conquergood is at the lowest point of his life. Homeless and a strayer, an outcast of the crumbling old York City post-apocalyptia, despite his hatred for the Korporation, Conquergood is compelled to save his mysterious brother Vincent by joining the sole remaining mega-corporate, authoritarian governmental entity remaining in a world oppressed to peace. For the Korporation, the world is a well-crafted utopia. So we're in 2183. I think that's super cool. I love that it started off like we're in the really far future. I thought that was super cool, so I was excited. It's kind of gloomy, and this character, Jerome Conquergood, he's the main character of the book, and he's just kind of walking, and he's starving, and he's tired, and he's like battered and broken, and he's kind of talking to himself about this corporation that has taken over the world and how he's kind of having to finally succumb to them, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny, succumbing to a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So at first it's like, if you don't want to work for them, why are you going? You know, he was going to an interview.
Right.
Why are you going to them? Because it seemed like he hates them. They ruined his life. They ruined everyone's life, but yet he needs them.
Yeah, so like the world has really fallen apart. It's broken. The people that aren't a part of the corporation, they're basically strayers. They're basically homeless people out in the real world. Like they even mentioned there's acid rain and stuff. So they're not living in like the best conditions. They're living probably in abandoned buildings and on the streets. And I mean, they're not being protected from all these elements. So let's go back, like the corporation, right? So why did it even come about? So it came about because there's all these people, the corporation, they finally decided people are destroying the earth. There was global warming. There was poverty to like the immense like horribleness.
Wasn't there war also? Like
there
they
was
kept killing
war.
each other and
Yeah, like all the bad things you could possibly imagine happening in the future. And these people are like, no, we have had enough. Like, we are coming in, and regardless if you want it or not, we are going to make the world better. And that's that. And I feel like in all actuality, they really did, but they kind of went about it in bad ways, right? They ended up like basically killing people or destroying people who were against them to advance their agenda.
And it seemed good at first, like, oh, like, why does he hate them? Like, they stopped global warming, or not really with the acid rain, but they stopped further, attacks on the earth.
Like, they slowly just started taking over everything until they owned everything and managed and ran everything.
And pushing people out if they didn't comply.
Right. If they didn't conform, you're out. Yeah, so the author does a really good job of showing, not telling.
Yep.
And extremely descriptive. I love it. I'll read a little bit of a description of just like some of the characters that he kind of comes into contact with. So when he goes for, because as we mentioned, he's going for an interview, right? He's finally succumbed to all of this wariness, and he's like, I just have to go to the corporation, and they will help take care of me. And this is where I'm at, because I have nothing else, right, going for me.
Because apparently there's only three choices. You either work for the corporation, you're a strayer, as they call them, you're out, you're abandoned, no services, no food. And the third option, the author doesn't say, Conquergood doesn't say, he just says a fate far worse, which I started thinking like, man, what is that like?
I don't know, he really keeps us in suspense and asking so many questions, which keeps you extremely engaged as a reader. And I love sci-fi, and I just found this to be like on par with like some of the best sci-fi stuff out there. I was super interested, and I was like, I had so many questions. I was like, why is this happening? Who is this guy? Why is he going to this corporation? And why are they so horrible, but like not horrible, but maybe they're horrible? I don't know. I was like, So I really enjoyed that. Anyway, so back to the description, right? This is when when Conquergood is going for his interview, and he meets with the interlocutor. Conquergood notices the severity of the interlocutor's baldness is to the point when the scalp begins chafing off in large flaky chips, the texture of fish scales. It's as if the man is falling to pieces, piece by fish flaking piece. Oh my god.
fish flaking peace.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, and this is like the very beginning of the book. I was like, this is setting the tone. I was like, this character looks gross and creepy. Like, what I imagine is that these people are so focused and dedicated on staying alive for as long as possible, and they probably do like crazy cosmetic stuff to them, and it just over time, because they're aging but also doing all this weird stuff to their body, they're just decaying and looking so gross. That's exactly what I was just imagining and thinking of these people, right? They're probably just super vain.
It does mention that a few of them are like 100-something years old. That they've been around for ages. Because there's several interlocutors or interviewers, right?
Yeah, there's different people that are employed by the corporation, and they all wear black. Like, are the people that are, I feel like, that are more in charge, you know? Who have more of a say in the corporation, I feel like.
Like us?
Like us. That's why we're wearing all black.
We're employees.
We're employees of the corporation. But we don't look, like, scaly.
Yeah. This corporation wants to become advanced, and they want, there's like this god gene, which, you know, we're gonna get into it soon.
Oh yeah, like their science is so advanced, and they have people working basically like around the clock, like to improve the longevity of lives, right? And to create like these perfect beings,
because they want to create like a utopia for all humanity, but all humanity were like, oh great, it includes the strayers, it includes everyone in the world. No, it's just a corporation.
Right. Yeah. Just all the we corporation only.
So they mess with DNA, RNA, they do research. And that's why I started thinking like that fate far worse, the third option, could be experimentation on people. Conquergood, before he even gets the interview, he had to go through this whole exam. At first I was disgusted, but then afterwards I had another thought.
Oh.
So
what I thought the whole time I was reading that, I was like, dang, that's rough. Just before he even got into the place.
He didn't even have the job yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read this. 16 doctors took samples of Conquergood's blood, his hair, his pee, semen, fingernails, mouth and anal swabs, scrapings of a back tooth, and 8 vaccine shots.
You know, at the end, I was like, well, at least they gave him vaccine shots. That was kind of nice.
8?
I know. Jesus. I know. And like...
And then anal swab? Like, why? Like,
maybe they wanted to make sure...
his poop?
Yeah, they wanted to make sure he has good bacteria in his gut. Good gut bacteria. It's important. Keeps you like lively and healthy.
Then
and
his
young.
Teeth, they want to see what he's eating, but I thought they didn't care what people ate on the outside. I don't know. I just thought that was ridiculous.
There's so many interesting things that are brought up and like ideas and concepts that you're like, is this where it's going? Is this how it... I love that. I love that. It keeps you guessing and asking why and what and like, oh my God.
Then I was like,
I love it.
And you're still asking me all these questions? Like, I would have felt like we got personal. Like, you know me in and out.
Like, you should just be telling me I'm hired right now because you just like, oof, you took a lot of advantage of me just now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I kept going back and forth with like, is the corporation bad or is, come on, are they really that bad? They're giving you a great job. They're giving you a comfy bed, a nice little apartment.
Oh, yeah.
They were sending,
he got all that, like, on his first day.
Yeah, they were even sending him ladies of the night to enjoy if he wanted to, because apparently in this society, it's definitely okay to just be open sexually. Like, why not?
Interesting, though. They sent him one person, he refused. Yeah. Then the next day, he got twins. He refused. Yeah. The next day, he got... like,
it just kept increasing.
Different ethnicities, different hair colors, different sizes.
I loved it.
And I was just like, why? Like, are they trying to... like, it's nice, I guess.
It's like,
but are they trying to brainwash him? Like, if he submits, I guess that's the right word in this situation, do they have him?
No, I really think that because the society, like, for them, like, there's nothing, they're not shy about it. They're like, it's cool. It's like, whatever. Like, it's just like breathing air. So I think for them, they were kind of like, here, welcome to this society. And these are part of...
it's like a perk.
The perks.
When he's getting interviewed or just talking to these corporation employees, it seemed like he's answering questions with answers that are good enough to be accepted, but not enough to like give him away or have him fully commit to the corporation where he belongs to them. Like he's keeping himself on the outside just enough, but staying within to learn like the secrets, the ways, everything of the corporation.
Yeah.
So, like,
I feel like he's mentioned that too, like when he was walking in for the interview, that he's been training for this moment, that all of his hard work is leading up to now, and like, and he needs to complete his mission, whatever that mission may be. We don't really get too much of the details until much, much later when it all kind of comes together. But you're like, what is his mission? He never really talks about it, but he needs to accomplish it in order to find his twin brother, Vincent, this mysterious Vincent. And he even tells them about him. And they're supposed to be helping him find him.
So, at the same time, is he a spy?
I know.
We thought it was just some homeless dude, but this is like John Wick 007.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And like he's actually super intelligent. And I feel like he says too much at certain times, and he's like, oh, that I spoke too much, or I spoke out of turn, and like, oh, that was my bad. I shouldn't have said those things. But he starts to really like gain their trust. Of the corporation, of all the people he meets. And they start to be like, this guy is the dude. Like, we are so glad he came along. And they gave him such high praise, and they think he is just amazing. So whatever his mission is gonna be or is, I mean, he's accomplishing a lot in a very short amount of time. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and be sure to check out Conquergood and the Center of the Intelligible Mystery of Being by C.G. Fuston.